Have you ever found yourself worrying about losing your independence as the years go by? Maybe you've noticed stairs feeling a little steeper than they used to, or you've caught yourself thinking, what if I can't keep doing the things I love? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, staying independent after 70 is something millions of folks think about, and the good news is, there are simple, practical ways to keep that spark of self-sufficiency alive and well. Today, we're going to talk about 6 must-know strategies to help you stay in the driver's seat of your life. These aren't complicated rules or expensive fixes, just down-to-earth habits that fit right into your daily routine. And trust me, whether you're 70, 80, or beyond, it's never too late to start. Now, let's dive into the first strategy, and this one's a biggie: keeping your body moving. You've probably heard it 1,000 times, but movement truly is medicine. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting weights at the gym, unless that's your thing, of course. For most of us, it's about finding small, joyful ways to stay active every single day. Take my neighbor, Margaret. She's 78 and still tends her rose garden like it's her full-time job. But a few years back, she started feeling stiff in the mornings. Instead of letting that slow her down, she began doing gentle stretches right when she wakes up, just 5 minutes of reaching for the sky, touching her toes, and rotating her ankles. Now, she swears it's the reason she can still bend down to pull weeds without a second thought. The key here is consistency. Maybe for you, it's a daily walk around the block, a chair yoga class at the community center, or even dancing to your favorite oldies while you fold laundry. The goal isn't to break a sweat, it's to keep your muscles strong, your joints flexible, and your balance steady. Because when your body feels good, everything else gets easier. Alright, let's move on to the second strategy: staying connected to your people. Now, I know what you might be thinking, isn't this video about independence? Why are we talking about other folks? But here's the thing, independence doesn't mean going it alone. In fact, having a strong network of friends, family, or even new acquaintances is one of the best ways to keep your mind sharp and your spirits high. Think about it like this: when you're plugged into a community, you've got built-in support. Maybe it's your grandson teaching you how to video call so you can chat face-to-face without leaving the house. Or joining a weekly book club where you laugh, debate, and remind each other that life's still full of surprises. Even small interactions, like waving to the mail carrier or sharing a recipe with a neighbor, add up. My friend Harold, who's 82, volunteers at the local food pantry every Thursday. He says it gives him a reason to get dressed, get out, and feel like he's making a difference. And you know what? On days when his arthritis acts up, those friendships he's built there are what keep him motivated to keep moving. So, if you've been putting off calling that old friend or hesitating to try that new senior center activity, let this be your nudge. Reach out. Say yes. Because staying independent isn't just about what you can do for yourself, it's also about knowing you've got folks who've got your back. Now, we've covered 2 powerful ways to keep your independence strong: moving your body and nurturing your connections. But there's another piece of the puzzle that's just as important, something that happens right where you spend most of your time. Yes, I'm talking about your home. And that's where we'll pick things up next time. Until then, why not try one small thing today? Maybe take a stroll to the end of the driveway and back, or call someone who makes you smile. Remember, every little step counts, and you've got this. You know, one of the biggest myths about getting older is that independence means doing everything on your own. But here's the truth: staying independent is really about knowing where to focus your energy and where to ask for a little help. And that brings us right to our third strategy: making your home work for you. Let's be honest, our homes are our sanctuaries. They're where we feel safest, most comfortable. But as the years go by, those same spaces can quietly become obstacles if we're not careful. Take my cousin, Edna. She's lived in her 2-story house for 40 years, but last winter, she realized climbing the stairs was starting to wear her out. Instead of toughing it out, she made a simple change: she turned her first-floor den into a cozy bedroom. Now, she says it's like she's given herself the gift of time. Time she used to spend catching her breath, she now spends tending to her tomato plants. You don't need to remodel your entire house, though. Small tweaks can make a world of difference. Start by walking through your home like a detective. Are there throw rugs that slide when you step on them? Those are tripping hazards waiting to happen. Either tape them down or roll them up. Is the bathroom floor slippery after a shower? Grab a non-slip mat or install a sturdy grab bar. And lighting. Oh, lighting is everything. Swap out dim bulbs for brighter ones, especially in hallways and stairwells. You'd be amazed how much confidence a well-lit path can give you. Now, here's a tip I learned from a physical therapist friend. Keep the things you use every day within easy reach. That means no more tiptoeing to reach the good china on the top shelf or bending too low for the pots and pans. Rearrange your kitchen, your closet, your whole life, so that the things you love are right where you need them. Because independence isn't about proving you can tough it out, it's about setting yourself up to thrive. All right, let's shift gears to something we all love, food. But this isn't just about recipes, it's about fueling your independence. Strategy number 4 is all about eating with intention. Now, I know cooking for one or two can feel like a chore sometimes. Believe me, there are days when a bowl of cereal sounds just fine. But what we put on our plates plays a huge role in keeping our energy up, our minds sharp, and our bodies strong. Let's talk about protein. As we age, our bodies need a bit more of it to maintain muscle, which, as you remember from our first chat, is key for staying mobile. But that doesn't mean you need to grill a steak every night. Think simple: a hard-boiled egg with toast, a handful of nuts sprinkled on oatmeal, or even a scoop of cottage cheese with fruit. My friend Luis, who's 76, swears by his little and often rule. He eats smaller meals throughout the day, each with a protein boost. He says it keeps him from feeling sluggish after a big lunch. And let's not forget hydration. Did you know that as we get older, our sense of thirst can dull? That's why it's so easy to get dehydrated without even realizing it. Keep a water bottle handy, one with markings on the side to track your progress. If plain water feels boring, jazz it up with a slice of lemon, cucumber, or even a sprig of mint. Herbal teas count too. Just aim for 6 to 8 cups a day. Your joints, your skin, and your energy levels will thank you. Oh, and here's a pro tip: make mealtime social whenever you can. Invite a friend over for soup and sandwiches, or join a community potluck. When food becomes a shared joy, it's easier to stay motivated to cook nourishing meals. Plus, swapping recipes is a sneaky way to try new things, like my neighbor Rita's famous lentil stew, which is now a staple in my freezer for busy days. Now, we've covered 2 more essentials: tailoring your home to support you and nourishing your body with purpose. But there's another layer to independence that often goes overlooked, something that keeps you in charge of your own story, even when life throws curveballs. And that's exactly where we'll go from here. In the meantime, why not pick one spot in your home to independence-proof this week? Maybe clear a cluttered hallway or try a new protein-packed snack. Remember, every choice you make today is a step toward the life you want to live tomorrow. And that's something worth celebrating. You know, one of the things I've learned about independence is that it's not just about the body or the home, it's also about staying one step ahead. And that's where our 5th strategy comes in: being your own health advocate. Now, I don't mean you need to become a medical expert overnight. But taking charge of your health in small, proactive ways can make all the difference in keeping you behind the wheel of your life. Let me tell you about my friend Gloria. At 75, she's got more energy than most folks half her age. But a few years ago, she started feeling foggy-headed and tired all the time. Instead of brushing it off as just part of getting older, she made an appointment with her doctor, and it turned out her thyroid medication needed adjusting. A tiny tweak, and she was back to her vibrant self. Her secret? She keeps a little notebook in her purse where she jots down any new symptoms, questions for her doctor, or side effects from medications. That way, when appointment day rolls around, she never draws a blank. Here's the thing: regular checkups are your friend, even if you feel fine. Catching small issues early, like changes in blood pressure or vision, can prevent bigger hurdles down the road. And don't be shy about speaking up. If a treatment doesn't feel right, or you're confused about a prescription, ask. Your healthcare team works for you. Oh, and vaccinations. Flu shots, pneumonia vaccines, shingles boosters, these aren't just for other people. They're your armor against illnesses that could sideline your independence. Now, let's talk about something we all want more of, a sharp mind. Strategy 6 is all about feeding your curiosity. Think of your brain like a muscle. The more you stretch it, the stronger it gets. And no, this doesn't mean memorizing textbooks or solving advanced calculus problems. It's about finding little ways to stay engaged and curious. Take my brother-in-law, Carl. He's 81 and decided to learn Spanish during the pandemic, not because he had to, but because he'd always wanted to read Gabriel Garcia Marquez in the original language. Now, he practices with his granddaughter over Zoom, and they laugh themselves silly mixing up gato and cachara. But here's the kicker. Studies show that learning new skills, even later in life, can boost memory and keep your mind nimble. Not into languages? No problem. Try a daily crossword or Sudoku puzzle. Experiment with a new recipe that challenges your taste buds. Take up watercolor painting, even if your first few attempts look like abstract blobs. Or dive into a memoir by someone who's lived a life completely different from yours. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. Every time you try something new, you're reminding your brain and yourself that growth doesn't have an expiration date. And let's not forget laughter. Seriously. Whether it's rewatching your favorite comedy, sharing jokes with friends, or even laughing at your own silly mistakes, joy is like rocket fuel for your spirit. My neighbor Phyllis hosts a monthly game night with her pals where they play charades and card games. She says the combination of mental focus and belly laughs leaves her feeling 10 years younger. So, there you have it, 6 strategies to help you stay independent, vibrant, and in charge of your life after 70. Let's quickly revisit them. Keep your body moving, nurture your connections, make your home a safe haven, eat with intention, champion your health, and never stop learning. But here's the real secret: independence isn't about doing it all perfectly. It's about making choices that add up, day by day, to a life that feels yours. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small step you'll take this week to stay independent? Share it in the comments below. Your idea might inspire someone else. And if this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more tips and stories to help you live your best life, no matter your age. Remember, growing older isn't about slowing down, it's about leaning into what makes you feel alive. Here's to writing your next chapter on your own terms. Cheers to you.